we need to order some parts, so it's time to take a look underneath and see what we need.
All right, this is the first time we've ever really looked under here comfortably. We've been in here, but we've not really had it up on the lift before. See where that rear main seal is leaking? There is something all over that steering box which isn't ideal. That right there is going to be the handbrake cable. Which begs the question, does the handbrake work? So you push that lever up right there. Yeah, that's the puppy. Right, and I am going to see if I can turn the prop shaft. All right, push it up more. Keep pushing.
Pushing.
All right, tripling it down. Yeah, that makes more sense with it being a cable. Okay, right, now off. Yeah, and it spins, so that works. So this might be the, we've only got 2 Jeeps that have working handbrakes. It just needs a cable now.
The cable's, yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be beyond fixing.
Yeah, it's gonna need replaced.
You don't think we could just...
No.
No?
No.
Bit JB Weld?
No.
No, okay. Yeah. That seal's gone a little bit there. It's not like super crucial or anything.
I wonder what they did to mess up this battery tray so bad.
I don't know, I hadn't noticed that. But you're right, it's not ideal. Is it a battery tray?
It looked like some sort of added in on the farm secondary battery tray.
Yeah, because the main battery tray is here.
Yes. I'm hazarding a wild guess as to what that is.
Yeah, well, it could be. Somebody might know. You could post it in the comments if they do. So here, let's do a rot inspection. So these channels rot out on all the Jeeps really. Some of them have wood in them. I don't know about this era, but certainly the later CJs and things do. And that's one of the reasons they rot out. But they just hold water. They're not a big deal to replace at all. The floor is pretty good. Again, another bit of channel rot. But generally speaking, this floor is good. If I redid the channels and put a couple of patches in, I think it'd be golden. I don't know what this is. It has what looks suspiciously like a fuel stroke radiator cap, but why is it horizontal? It has one on the back as well. Is that like an auxiliary tank? It is. The main fuel tank is obviously underneath the driver's seat. Do they store, you know, whiskey, milk, or is it for more gas? And if so, how do you get it in there and how do you get it out? It just spewing everywhere. Seems kind of weird. Another little bit of channel rot there. Oh, these were fitted by Jeep in the factory, and they're just mud dauber nests. I'm pretty sure every Jeep had to have about 6 of them before it left the factory. These are not, kind of a bit weird looking, but not too bad. We need to check the oil levels in the front and rear diff. Not seeing a lot of fluid in here. Now, we know that the brake pedal is on the floor. So we need to ask ourselves why. And I'm thinking this has probably got a lot to do with it. So I want to order wheel cylinders, all 4. Maybe I'll get pads as well, just see what price they are. I will definitely get those rubber hoses because they just collapse and cause problems. And I need to know whether we need a kit for this master cylinder because it has no oil in it. Oil? Brake fluid. Has no brake fluid in it. And there's play in the steering, so Lex, if you wiggle the steering, not the steering wheel, the road wheel. Wiggle that. And let's see where we can see the play. So the wheel itself is moving. that's moving without play. And then, oh, here we go. What we can see here is a significant amount of play there. And when you do any of these tests of steering, when it stops wiggling is basically your fault point. So we'll need to look at that and see if something is worn, damaged, or whether the nut has just come undone. Do you want to get, I don't know, wrench impact, whatever you think, and we'll get that nut off and see what's going on.
Yeah, should be standard, right?
It most certainly will be standard out.
A little bit stuck in there.
We can put it back on. It can come off when we pull it out if you like.
Yeah, I suppose. I just want to get it out of my socket.
Well, we'll put it back on again pretty quick. So get that washer off and then let's see if we can prise that off the shaft and see what's going on with it.
It's okay when I'm prizing it off the shaft?
Yeah, I mean, it's so loose, I kind of think it will just come. There we go. So there's two things we've got to inspect here. First is... What did you...
I had something icky on my face.
Okay. that will come with the job. Right,
Yeah.
So the splines actually, I think, look okay.
They're pretty nice.
I wasn't expecting that. And then, what about in here?
Just really dirty.
Yeah, but I don't think the dirt was causing the problem. I wonder if it wasn't... That will be tapered, you see? I wonder if it was just slack. All right, so let's give that a bit of a clean up and then we'll put it back on and tighten it.
Okay.
I just don't want to push mud into those splines.
No. If only I had a cart.
You've got a car, it's just covered in customs parts. We get busy, what can I tell you?
You steal my carts, and then I got nowhere to put my stuffs.
But on the plus side, I have stuff to put engine parts in. So, you know, there is that.
So I'll just leave my tools on the ground then.
You probably need a toolbox. You have a perfectly good toolbox. There, you can put your tools in. And then we have shared toolboxes. Like I don't feel like we're short toolboxes.
Okay, you put these in your toolbox, and then I'll put them in mine.
I don't put parts in my toolboxes, you know.
I'd like to not.
Okay, good point well made.
What?
Good point well made.
Thank you.
Ooh, good ground.
I lost the washer. Oh, there it is.
Smooth.
I think I might actually need like a scraper. This stuff is packed on.
Oh, I just seen a thing.
What'd you see?
I think I've just seen a split.
Oh.
Maybe that's a problem. I wonder if it's a casting or whether it's actually... I don't know how well this will come out on camera, but is that a hairline crack?
It looks really straight.
All right, well, hit that with a scraper and let's see how bad that is, because we might have to order one of those if it's cracked. That could be the problem.
I need to remember where my scrapers are.
There's some in the teardown table. The noise you're hearing right now is the heater because it's winter. That's actually got less. It's got a little bit of play in it, but less than I was thinking. This is the one that Lexi put on in one of the other episodes. We got a little bit of play there. The trans is moving around because there's not a lot holding it up right now, if the truth be told. we did have a ratchet strap across it, but I took that out so I could get this in to lift it. And I keep meaning to put a bolt in here so it's supported a little better. It's down on the list. Well down on the list. It's a funny direction for it to split in though.
Yeah. It's dirty.
It is, no. I'm all for it. Got no problem with that. I don't like treading all that mud in underneath there. So the shocks are going to be garbage. I mean, obviously. And these, what is that? That just shakes loose, does it? I bet that's so they could have attached a plough or something. It looks very homemade. And then one on the other side. Yeah, I mean, it may not be a plough. I mean, they look like you could attach shocks to them, but they're huge, and we already have shocks. So I think we'll cut those off. So can we put, before you get much more of that in your hair, do you want to put that back on carefully and let's tighten it up. I don't want to tighten it with the impact. If we can get the washer on and then just see if we can tighten it to the point where we get no play in it with a...
Hand ratchet?
Yeah, hand ratchet would work. And just give those threads a little bit of a wipe before you put the nut on. Because we would have put some dirt on it pushing that thing over, you see. What you lost?
The boob towel.
Oh, okay. I'm sure everybody knows this, but there's your brake light switch. If your brake light's not working, that's a good place to check.
You're the one with the light. How's that look? Clean?
Clean enough for this for right now.
Loctite?
No, it's not going to be on for very long. I'm pretty sure that thing is mullered. The split's probably the problem. So I'll end up having to get another one of those.
Doesn't wanna.
I don't see many broken springs. I mean, they're old, but I suppose it's probably not had a lot of weight in it. The springs on my J series trucks go the other way now. They're so worn. They look like they're upside down. These are pretty cool. I thought there was something wrong here, and then I realised that it is actually attached to that. So that's all fine. I like to just put new shock absorbers and everything really early on. It's one of the biggest handling upgrades because they don't last very long at all. You know, like 30,000 miles out of a set of shocks, you're doing really well. And these have probably been on here. Is that your hand ratchet, is it? Hand powered, is it?
Hand powered.
Oh, all right, okay. Sorry, my bad. I thought it had a battery. Still got the play?
Oh yeah.
All right, so chances are that's a crack. Do we remember where the threads went up to? Is there actually more threads going along there, or are we at the end of the threads? Is that why it stopped?
I assume we're at the end of the threads.
Yeah, we're not assuming though. So if you don't know, let's pull that nut back off. I want to mark where the end of the threads are, because temporarily we may just put a second washer on it. I mean, the fact that we have to put a second washer on it means something's wrong, and it'll be that split. Oops. Right, so let's all, oh right, okay, hang on, oh, steady. Move the hat washer back a bit.
It broke.
Okay, okay. Move the washer back a bit. Right, so do we have threads all the way down? No, I think we're not getting as far as that. Ah, look. The actual thing goes flush with that. And you have a shank, and that's why it's not tightening up. So we would need some kind of spacer make that happy. And I'm guessing the reason it's not tight is because of that split. Okay, throw it back on. We know definitely we need that part.
Okay.
Which has a name beginning with P, I think. It's escaping me currently. Is it like pintle or... No, it's not pintle. Pinion? Arm, maybe?
Pinion.
You're pointing at random things. Okay. I can't remember. Tell us in the comments what that bit's called, please. Because it just escapes me right now.
And is it the English version or the British version of the word?
Well, no. It can't be. English and British are the same. Are you thinking of American and British? And this is an American Jeep, so everything on it is, we're using the American spellings for everything.
Okay. So then it's a hood, not a bonnet.
It is, because it was American made and it's an American vehicle. It's only the Jaguars and Mercedes and things like that we go to the European nomenclature.
Nomenclature?
Let's go with that. Yeah. I've lost the ability to speak today, but yeah. Right, okay. So that's one thing we're definitely buying. Could we...
Exhaust.
We 100% need an exhaust for sure, so we'll add that to the list. See anything else obvious?
This wire appears to have been melted, so who knows what that's about.
Oh, it's traditional for Jeep wires.
Oh, okay.
No. Whatever it is sad.
Very
it's like
sad.
Deeply sad. I'm going to chase it back, see where it goes.
Most of the wires in here don't look that bad.
It runs into... I love it when they just twist the wires together and they've put tape around it, but you notice how it's not actually joined. I think that's... Looks like speaker wire that somebody's just bodged in there.
Yeah, there's some tied to this for some reason that I don't see any logic behind.
There'll be a lot of that going on, but I'll redo the wiring completely.
Yeah.
I definitely want that rubber hose as well. I'll take all the rubber hoses out. The brake lines, I'll try and keep them for now. If we have to put new brake lines on, I will just remake them. I'm not a big fan of buying pre-made brake lines because they charge so much for them and they're so easy to make. What you found?
I think it's a fuel line maybe, but it's been cut.
Yeah.
I was trying to see where it went. Up and into the firewall by the looks of it.
Is it going up into that round thing right up at the top there?
No, it's done before that. Oh, it's not even plugged into anything.
Because that's the fuel filter that's up on that firewall.
It might be supposed to be attached to that.
Could be a return as well, but I don't think these were set up with a return. I like putting new engine mounts and new transmission mounts on everything, so we'll probably do that. Alright, so let's get those off. Do you want to grab a grinder and a mask of some sort and then just...
Yeah.
Let's whip those two things off. There's a bushing for the starter. Not too bad, but I will... For the engine, I'm going to... Because we got the engine out, I'm going to put in new clutch parts while we're here, because it seems daft not to. They're not crazy money. So this thing sits at a jaunty angle when it's on the ground, and I'm trying to work out why. So I noticed that on this side, the body has a spacer, and then on this side, I'm wondering if it's missing because it seems lower down. Yeah. So a set of body spacers, I think, need to be ordered as well. I'm wondering to see where the others are. Got those, which are the... Same on all of them, really, even the pickup trucks. These wheel arches are pretty good.
This one?
Sweet.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let me get out of the way of the sparks.
Okay, which one do you want me to do first?
I don't mind. Whichever you can get to. Just don't drop it on my concrete.
Oops. Immediately. I didn't drop the bracket.
One instruction. Alright, let's do the other side.
I think this one's gonna be easier. It's a bit warm. Gotcha.
Right, there we are. I'll be faster now because it's lighter. What is that? Oh, that is the brake line, I think. Nope. Is it A brake? A brake. Sussed it. There to there. So that connects to that normally, and it isn't, and that would explain why this area is completely wet and there is no brake fluid. Now, I'll probably get a kit for that master cylinder that's on the brake pedal because they dry out and do bad things once they're dry, so maybe that's worth rebuilding. And I nearly always want to do the wheel cylinders anyway. I have watched enough roadkill to know that that is a good idea. And Vice Grip Garage will tell you, I mean, would you ever see him taking any one of those vehicles on a long trip without doing the wheel cylinders? So let's take that experience and knowledge and use it on this and do those. I'll check the wheel bearings, but I've actually had you have a waggle on each one of those wheels now, just to do side to side. Okay, no. So what you want to do, one hand there, one hand there.
Okay.
Right, and you want to waggle it from side to side like you're trying to steer the wheel. And can you feel any
like
play?
this?
No, steer, not rotate. So side to side.
How do you steer?
Oh, not like oh, I see what you mean. No, like a steering wheel. Like not like a steering wheel. The opposite of that. Like the tire does when you move the steering wheel from side to side. No rotating.
Oh.
Right. Can you feel any play from side to side?
No.
Okay. Can you feel any play from top to bottom?
No.
Usually means your wheel bearings. Okay. So do the same with this one. There we go. Like a professional. Top to bottom.
It only takes me 3 minutes.
So we know the wheel bearings are good in this now. On the front it's different because you've got tie rod ends and things. So get that thing pulled so it's pointing in the right direction. Right, now go from side to side. This is a bit different because it will, what you're looking for is play. So you can see a little bit of play there, can't you?
Oh yeah.
Now, keep doing it.
Okay.
Now I can see that the track rod is all moving and the play is happening up where we know there's play. So now go top to bottom. There we go.
Not really.
So there's no wheel bearing play, it's just the steering. So top to bottom is your wheel bearing, side to side is your steering, but less so on the back obviously. Yeah, don't pull it off the lid. Right, side to side. I'm just so excited! Yeah, and again, that's You can do that again just so I can check where it's happening. Yeah, so they're fine. Tractor is fine.
See the steering wheel up there?
Moving.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah, so it's geared. So it's geared to make it easier to turn the wheel. So for a little bit of movement on here, you'll have a lot of movement on your steering wheel. So if we go and look at it, you now move your wheel. Yeah, so it doesn't rip it out your hand as you're going, and you can move it without power steering. It's
pretty cool.
Just, yeah, all the gears are in there. Cool, right, so we cannot put fluid in that. There is no point, because it's going to leak straight out of that. So I do need to order brake stuff. I need to order e-brake cable, clutch stuff. We'll make those hoses up. I don't know, oh, that's a fuel line hose. Oh, yeah, we wouldn't reuse those anyway, but that is not going to pass fuel. And that has to be straightened out before we put it back anyway, because there was an incident with Lexi and an excavator, and
it was all my fault. I was just having so much fun making it look like a puppet.
Yeah, marionette. But in our defense, it was damaged before as well. We just sort of added a tiny bit of damage, and we're going to fix it. We're also going to fix that big hole in the hood.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be one of the next episodes, actually. We're going to fix all that, because I don't want to put the new engine in it and then just have water come in on top of that. So that has to be fixed sooner rather than later. And we'll probably do this. There's a hole in the floor there. With this channel, we'll fix the hole in the floor. I think that's on the outside, is it?
No, it's inside.
Oh,
yeah, because I can see the hummingbird feeder.
Ah, I think after much debate in the comments, it turned out to be a chicken feeder.
Oh, yes.
And do you remember in the first video, we found a mason jar?
Yeah.
That was the top of it.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah. I only realised that the other day.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't have any chickens here.
You get to learn all sorts of things that aren't just about cars here.
You do. It's a constant education. There was something weird about the springs, and this is another reason I thought the height thing might be out. So, well, that's missing a nut. But it looks different. Oh!
Yes.
Oh my, what's this?
This has got secondary spring on it and this one hasn't.
Yeah, so why is that? Why did they do that? Did they do that because this was a weak spring? Did they do that to make up for the driver weight?
It could be one of the things that the gentleman was working on before he had his medical issues.
No, this is old. I don't think he did a thing to it. So, this is old, but I can't decide if it's... So, please, viewers, especially, there's some really knowledgeable people out here on the GPWs and this era of Jeep. Please tell me what's going on here. Is this some factory thing? And what is its purpose? I mean, it's got the Zerks on it. Everything looks pretty legit. But why do we have a secondary spring thing here and nothing on this side? That'd be really good to know what's going on there. So please let me know in the comments if you can. We would very much appreciate it. A radiator, I think, would be a good idea.
Yes.
And then we'll find out what this was originally for.
Did we end up keeping that starter?
Yeah, no, we have a starter. We have a starter, we have everything for the engine, we've got the carb, I think we have pretty much everything now, and we're going to do a video on the putting together of that engine very soon. We're just going to go through the paint process and get everything ready and probably try and throw that into one video. I'm just going to punch the guides out of it because they are ruined.
They cut something here too.
Fuel line again. It's got a horn. That's pretty cool. We don't have many horns in any of our Jeeps. Well, it's up, it's happy. We're going to be getting some stuff ordered for it and put on. and very soon we're going to be driving it. One of the things I really want to do though is see if I can find out what the hood numbers are. And traditionally, to get the hood numbers, you would get some sandpaper and go over that area really, really softly until you start to see a pattern change. And I have this thought, I'm wondering if we use the laser cleaner turned down really, really low, whether I could take the paint off layer at a time and see if I can pull the hood numbers out of it.
I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I'll give that a go and I'll video it, and if it's interesting and it works, I will post it for you guys to see.